So one area I'd like to just talk about a little bit is that when you think of psychologically safe, doing the right things for your team, for the customers, any thoughts on how you've created this psychologically safe environment and how you maintain it?
I'll let you take that one.
Sure. In hiring people and cleaners specifically, they have lots of opportunities. Honestly, if a person can clean, they have different places they can go, and we recognize that. So we kind of have a structure in place where you want to know people who might want a good job at a good company. And so for that, Dave knows we maybe have to pay them a little more up front.
Yeah.
We want to secure them with letting them know they're part of the family. Here's the shirt. Here's the crystal clean university. Maybe we've talked about that before, and so that they feel integrated into the system.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the assignment role, what kind of hours do they need? How many days do they need? That is always a mixed bag. Some want full time and then some. Others just want part-time. Some like to work evenings, some early mornings, some a very standard day shift, which we can accommodate with day porter roles as an example. Lots of evening cleaning in the office side. So once we can plug all the pieces together, they can find a job that is satisfying to them, and we want to maintain that. So that's why we work diligently to make sure that with our operational team, we have lead techs that are constantly going out and helping them if they need some assistance in a moment, that lead tech's there for them. Need some supplies? Lead tech's going to take care of it. That lead tech is a really pivotal role that, frankly, I don't know how many other companies do that. As far as I know, it's kind of unique to us in the moment in this area. But it's really paid off in having that connectivity to the cleaners, and that's what we strive for.
That's amazing. Anything to share?
Yeah, just to clarify, when Jeff's talking about lead techs, most companies would use the word supervisor. We kind of got away from that because that carries with it the idea you're watching people work. And a lead technician, for one thing, they have to be a leader. And to be a leader is much different from a manager. As you know, managers just manage people, tell them what to do, and collect data. Whereas a leader, it involves inspiring people, motivating them, encouraging them, teaching them. So I hate to use the word supervisor, but when we're teaching them how to be leaders for the technicians, the cleaners, and the technician part of it comes in too, that there's so much to learn in this industry. People think of it, you're just a janitor, but there's so much to it now. This is a huge industry. It's evolved. Using the right chemicals, the right equipment, and safety concerns. It just goes on like any industry.
Yeah.
So that's what we mean by lead techs. Those are what others would call supervisors or trainers. And getting back to the people part of it, one of the mistakes I made for many years was just hiring a warm body, because we had a job to fill. And they know how to clean. Here you go, clean this office. And huge mistake. So we learned the hard way to hire slow and fire fast. You probably heard that phrase. And so now we have 2 levels of interviews. The first individual manager that interviews prospective employees will ask a certain set of questions just to vet them right away. You can cut out 80% of the applicants almost immediately. If they get through that, they go to the HR manager for a second set of questions and interview, and much deeper. And the purpose of that is to see what they feel about our core values. Do they want to work in a family atmosphere as like a teammate, not a prima donna? In other words, you could be the best cleaner in the world, but if you have a bad attitude, we don't want you. We can train anybody to clean if they have a good attitude and they're willing to learn and they can work with others. That's what we're looking for. And it took a while to discover that. Again, I mentioned the business coaches. They're the ones that really pushed us in that direction. And it spent a fortune on it, but it was worth every penny to change the company around and put the family first. And then the needs of the client, and then lastly, the bottom line, profit.
Yeah.
So, and it, like I say, it works. May not work for everybody, but it's our approach to life.
Yeah.
Life is short. We want to enjoy it. We're going to have fun at work with our work family, and of course, involve our literal family as well. So.
Well, I just want to bring up a couple of really critical points. I think you both know one of the hats that I wear as a certified high-performance coach. I've coached 7,000 sessions in the last 12 years.
Wow.
These are typically entrepreneurs and professional athletes, stuff like this, and Fortune 500 CEOs even. And one of the big things that we teach in high-performance coaching is that people support what they create. Everything's a co-creation and a collaboration. And this ties back to what you shared about leadership and the difference between leaders and managers. So for those listening, there's a huge takeaway here in that it took time, energy, and effort in coaching for you to recognize and realize, how are we co-creating and how are we inspiring? We don't have supervisors, we have lead techs. And in that word, or those words, is the word leader. And it's really critical that that's part of a co-creation and collaboration, meaning that the lead tech is there not to direct and tell them what to do, but to be like, hey, got a problem? Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
Like they're stepping in front of it, showing them like value in advance, so to speak, where they're doing the work to get them on right track, to do the work properly and to make sure it's done consistently and everything. And I just really want to make sure that we pull that out. That's critically important for the sustenance part and the culture. We think about the culture as a part of it's the values, but also it's part of the overall feeling when you get to meet with you guys. It's very obvious in this podcast. It's like, I like these guys. And maybe there's people that don't like the way we're approaching it. That's not our people. And that's fine too.